Hey, this is Leto for 5-Star Noob. Welcome to the second video of this vlog channel. Today we're going to be talking about Battlebots. And as some of you might know, it happens to be the Battlebots 2019 World Championship right now. So we're going to take a look at the bracket. And in this video, I'm going to make my prediction on who will win what match and who I think the candidate will be for this year's World Championship. So let's take a look on the bottom. So here it is, Battlebots 2019 World Championship Bracket. So let's just move a little bit more down so that we could see the whole thing. And yep, that is the bottom. So here are the matches. On the left side, we have Bite Force with the number 1 seat versus the number 16 seat Uppercut. I'm going to read them all first. And then we have Black Dragon versus Lockjaw. We have Tombstone and Quantum. Whiplash and Huge. And then on the right side we have Witch Doctor and Blacksmith. We have Sawblaze and Son of Whyachi or Saw. We have Hydra and Minotaur. And the last bracket we have is Death Roll and Yeti. Okay, so let's take this one step at a time. We're going to focus on this match right here. Bite Force, the number 1 seat versus Uppercut at the number 16 seat. Okay. Well, in this bracket, I think that Bite Force will win this match. So this match is a vertical disc spinner versus a vertical bar spinner. Bite Force has 2 giant nuts, so that's clearly the more advanced team compared to Uppercut, which is an MIT undergraduate team. So this first bracket, I think Bite Force is going to win this one. Moving down to the next match, we have Black Dragon from Brazil at the number 8 seat versus Lockjaw at the number 9 seat. Once again, we have similar weapon types. Both of these are vertical spinners. However, Black Dragon is a vertical egg beater drum, and Lockjaw is a double vertical disc spinner. Donald Hudson of Lockjaw has numerous, I don't know the exact number of giant nuts, but he's been in this competition for a long time. He's a great driver. Black Dragon has some very impressive wins throughout this season. But I feel like for this bracket, Lockjaw could take this victory. Moving down to the number 3rd bracket, we have Tombstone at the 4th seat versus Quantum of the 12th seat. So here, it's a horizontal bar spinner versus a grappler. Or should I say, a jaw. Or a pincher. For this, I feel like Tombstone is going to win this because Quantum does not have the reach advantage. Tombstone's weapon is large and we all know it's very powerful. Quantum, you have to get really close, and you have to be a really good of a driver to pinch down on Tombstone. But I don't think I will see that happen. So for this particular bracket, I think Tombstone will emerge victorious. Now the last bracket on the left side, we have Whiplash at the 5th seat and Hydra at the 12th seat. This could be very difficult to call because they're very different designs. Whiplash is a vertical disc spinner on top of a lifter. And Huge is a large vertical bar spinner. Well, Matty Vasquez of Team Whiplash is a really good driver. However, when you're facing something like Huge with 2 giant wheels and a vertical bar spinner in the center with mean eyes looking at you, that can be pretty intimidating. I don't know. For this one, I think Huge might win this one because of its size. Because I don't think the lifter is going to have too much of an effect due to Huge's size. So I think for this one, I think the number 12 seat Huge is going to emerge victorious. Okay, now we're going to move on to the right side of the bracket. So we have Witch Doctor at the number 2 seat versus Blacksmith of the 15th seat. So here the 2 different weapons are a double vertical disc spinner versus a flaming hammer. As we all have seen in the past, we have to give respect to those hammer bots. They are really impressive machines. However, they lack the knockout power. In conclusion, Witch Doctor is definitely a fan favorite. Blacksmith never gives up. Kindle. He's so successful with this bot. It's very reliable. This bracket right here between these 2 competitors will be a reliability match. Blacksmith has come out no problems. Has very, very thick armor. It's very hard to pierce. However, I feel like Witch Doctor can pull this off, so I'm gonna pick Witch Doctor for the victory here. Moving down to bracket number 6, we have Sawblaze in number 7 seat versus Son of Whyachi in the 10th seat. This is a very interesting one as well. So here are the 2 different weapon types. We have a dustpan designed with a diamond cut saw, vertical saw, and it's facing a full body horizontal spinner. So, the kids at MIT, led by Jameson Segal, have a really interesting and a very tough robot. We've seen it time and time again. It has many victories against several opponents. And with Son of Whyachi, they've been in this competition for a very long time. If my judgment serves me correctly, since Season 3, I think it's Season 9 right now. So, they've been around very long. They have lots of experience from Wisconsin. And this bracket is tough for me, but I feel like my pick for this bracket is going to be Son of Whyachi. Okay, moving on to bracket number 7. We have Hydra at the number 3 seat versus Minotaur at the number 14 seat. Hydra, in the last episode, beat Bronco. There was a lot of obvious debate of who has the best flipper. Well, let me rephrase that actually. Who has the more reliable flipper, and Hydra prevailed. So, the weapon types here displayed are a flipper versus a vertical drum spinner. Here, I feel like the Whyachi bot, Hydra, will win the match, because Minotaur this season has not been very reliable. That's why the ranking is very low, but that's not the reason why though. So for this bracket, I feel like Team Whyachi's bot Hydra with Jake Ewert is going to win this match. The last bracket here, we're going to see Death Row at the number 6 seat versus Yeti and the 11th seat. Death Row is from New Zealand, I think. No, I think it's Australia. It's either New Zealand or Australia or somewhere nearby there. And the weapon types we're going to be seeing here are a vertical disc spinner again versus a vertical drum spinner. So similar weapon types. The difference is the surface area. Both of these robots we've seen okay at times. Death Row this season has been phenomenal, winning 3 matches that it has competed in. Very impressive. And Yeti, long-time competitor. Love his attack style, but it might not be the strategicest compared to some of the other drivers. For this, I'm going to cross my fingers, and I hope Yeti wins this fight. Okay, now let's move on to the quarterfinals. Okay, so let's just zoom back out. And, okay. Let's start on the left side. So, if the robots I selected were to win, it would be right here, Bite Force versus Lockjaw. It's going to be a great match. 2 very similar weapons. Very good drivers. This is a championship fight alone. We have Bite Force with 2 giant nuts and Lockjaw with around 7. Both competitors have been around for a very long time. Bite Force is a vertical disc spinner, and Lockjaw is a double vertical disc spinner as well. So they're similar. For this, we've seen Bite Force be undefeated this season, and Paul has been known for his very, very organized strategies against each match. So, I think Bite Force is going to win the quarterfinals in slot 1. Moving on to slot 2, if Tombstone and Huge were to win, that would be another dream match. It would be between a horizontal bar spinner versus a vertical bar spinner. So it would be bar versus bar. Tombstone and Tombstone and Huge have around the same size. They have the same size bar spinner roughly in length. As of surface area, though, Tombstone, since it's a horizontal spinner and it's parallel to the ground, I think Tombstone is probably going to win this match. Tombstone has one giant nut. Huge is very intimidating by size, but I think for slot 2, I think Tombstone's going to prevail and win this fight. Moving on to the third bracket here. If Witch Doctor and Sal were to prevail and take their business to the third slot, I think Sal is going to win this match. So I think Sal's going to win the entire bracket. I wanted to win it, but that's not what you will always get, right? So, Witch Doctor and Sal. Witch Doctor's going to put up a very good fight. However, I personally feel like Sal could do this. Okay, moving on to slot 4. We're almost done. Hydra and Yeti. I'm a big fan of Whyachi, so I feel like Hydra's going to defeat Yeti. So, slot 4, I think Hydra. Now, moving on to the semifinals. If it were to be Bite Force versus Tombstone, we would have a rematch. The last time Bite Force fought Tombstone was on ABC. And we saw that Bite Force beat Tombstone. Will they again? Probably. So I think Bite Force is going to move on to the grand finals. On the other side of the bracket, Sal and Hydra, the two Whyachi bots, facing off against each other. I don't know if Sal will do a lot of damage against Hydra due to Hydra's design, but you never know though. So I think Sal is going to win Hydra if that does happen, and then I'll have the grand finals with Bite Force versus Son of Whyachi, and I love most of these bots in this bracket this year, and they're all very good competitors, but I personally want Sal to win between Bite Force and Son Whyachi if it gets to that. But we never know. That's why you gotta stay tuned and find out on Discovery to see episode 15, September 20th, which is today. I think. Yes, which is today at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Discovery. If you have Optimum, that's channel 27. And then, oh, that's right. Episode 15 will feature the kickoff of the bracket. Episode 16, which is going to be 1 week later on September 27th, will be on the same time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Discovery. And that's all I have to tell you about my prediction. Let me know what you think, what you disagree with, what you agree with, and anything I missed or anything you think I was wrong. Make sure to leave a comment down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. That's going to do it, guys. I'm Leto for 5-Star Noob. I'll see you next time on another video. Peace out.